Vandaag in Table Talk de Oostenrijkse-Keniaanse rechtsback van PSV. Dit seizoen, zijn tweede seizoen. Dus het wordt tijd om hem beter te leren kennen. Philip, welkom at Table Talk. Well, I really want to go back to your roots. So you're an Austrian-born Kenyan.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your background?
Yeah, so my mom's from Austria, that's
Mm-hmm.
correct, and my dad is from Kenya. They both met each other when my mom was on holiday in Kenya, and yeah, then they fell in love with each other and decided to go to Vienna, and there me and my sister grew up.
Yeah.
I was there until I was 16, and then when I saw, okay, the football stuff is getting serious, I moved to Germany, and yeah, ever since I'm been a professional footballer and haven't regretted to move out from home early.
Oh, nice. Well, were there any Kenyan influences during your childhood?
A few, yeah, like obviously when you have a black dad, he takes you to a black barbershop, and that was always like a big touching point where all African kids or African people are there, and this was really something I enjoyed doing. And he also owned an African restaurant in Vienna, so yeah, I grew up with African food all around.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you have that in Eindhoven? Good
No,
African food?
I didn't find the spot yet. Maybe I have to ask the guys.
Yeah, maybe a tip of the fence.
Yeah, maybe.
In what way you feel Kenyan?
We always went to our family in Kenya when we were small, around 8-9 years. It was a really nice time just to get to know everybody, and because I don't see them every day. No. So every time we went there in the summer, it was really like, okay, these are my roots. These are really my people. I could understand my father also better, because for him, I think it was also not easy to leave his family behind. And yeah, I feel Austrian because I grew up there, but I still remember my roots, and I'm also proud of it.
Do you think you are a little bit more grateful because of knowing where your roots and the difficulties over there?
For sure, 100%.
Yeah.
And yeah, every time I speak to my dad, he also tells me how proud they are of me, of how far I made it in football, because of course sport is a very big deal in Kenya or in Africa in general. So that's also nice to hear that I have a lot of people from all over the world watching me, and family watching from the other side of the planet, and are still proud of me. That gives me a lot of energy, and makes me feel good.
How important is family for you?
Very, very important. That's also what I learned when I left home with 16, that the first few months were pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Of course, as a young guy, you're used that your mom does everything for you at home, cooks, cleans, I don't know, washes. And yeah, then I had to grow up pretty quick and learn to do it myself. And nevertheless, every time I go home, I still let my mom do everything, because that's the time when I can be small Philip again. And no, but I'm really grateful. I have a great family, great support system. They really, whenever I need them, they show up. Fortunately, there's a direct flight to Vienna from here, so they're pretty quick here, and yeah, I'm really happy that I have such a good family behind me.
Do they visit you a lot?
They try to, yeah. So my mom and dad, they are still working, so of course they can't come anytime, but my dad tries to fly in as often as possible, because he is also a big football fan, and he also grew to love Eindhoven. He really likes the atmosphere in the stadium, so anytime there's a big game up, I already know that I have to look at the flights and book him a flight so he can come.
I want to go back to the beginning. How did you get interested in football?
Yeah, it was pretty much since I could stand up. I was kicking a ball, and as I grew older, I was always kicking in a small apartment in Vienna, and always shooting against the doors. And the neighbors
a
lot of holes, and one got too much. The neighbors were angry. Were always knocking at the door. What is he doing? He can't shoot. And then that was when my father said, okay, I have to bring him to a professional or to like a club where you can play outside. And then I got a few trials, and then I got to Austria, Wien. It's like a big club in Vienna. And when I was 6, I got accepted there and played 10 years there. So my whole career in Vienna was at one club.
Oh, nice.
It's also still the club I support. And yeah, that's how it got started.
Yeah. And what do you remember of the time that you had the dream to become a football player? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought, yeah, sometimes we watched the first 11 or the first team play in Vienna, and I was like, wow, everybody's so tall, so strong. I don't know if I can make it, but I just kept training. I just kept enjoying it as well. I never felt like the first years, I never felt it as okay, I have to do it, I have to make it. It was just fun, and also sometimes I had training, then in the afternoon I go play with my friends in the park or somewhere. So it was always, I enjoyed it. Most of my friends are also footballers, so yeah, it was not that I thought, okay, I want to be a professional or something. Okay. I just enjoyed it. And then as it got serious, as I said, with 15, 14, I said, oh, okay, maybe I can make a living out of it. And I had a talk with my parents, and they said, okay, you have to finish school, and then you can decide what you want to do. And then when I got to Germany, I made my Abitur. It's like when you're 18, you have to finish school. I did that, and then they said, okay, now you decide if you want to play football or not.
Yeah.
And I chose to be a footballer.
Did you ever doubt about your talent?
No, not really, because I think for me it was always about hard work, and I saw if I couldn't do something what other guys did, I just tried 2 times harder, and then in the end I could do it as well. So for me it was always about hard work, which I also learned from my father. Because yeah, he had a restaurant in Vienna, which I saw is a lot of work to keep a business running as well. So there was always that attitude, okay, I can do it, no matter the circumstances.
And was he the most important person during that process then for you?
For sure. I think every day he drove me to training and picked me back up. It doesn't matter the time of the day. Sometimes I had to wait for him because he was busy at work, so it was the last he picked up after training. But he really, I think, for 10, 11 years, every day. So it was a big role.
He didn't want you to take over the restaurant then?
No, that was never his plan.
Unique.
Yeah, I know. But I think for him is also, he just loves football, and he could never play it by himself. He always loved it. So I think for him to see me really make it was more than enough. Okay,
and now a lot of years further, do you ever doubt about yourself right now?
I wouldn't say doubt. Of course, sometimes you have days where you don't feel so good. Maybe you have stress at home or something. But I think if you doubt yourself too much, then you take your energy. I knew what I can do. I'm playing football for such a long time, and I'm pretty confident in myself. So I don't really doubt myself now.
I've been told you play backgammon.
Oh.
So we've got a little present for you.
Oh, wow.
Because...
from Philos as well.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good one, right?
Yes.
Yes, but can you please explain me why this is such a nice game?
This really started when I was playing in Stuttgart, and we had in Germany you have a lot of Turkish guys, and I played with a lot of Turkish guys, and they always love to play backgammon. After we eat, then we play backgammon for who has to pay the food or who has to pay for the coffee.
Yeah.
And this is how I got to know it, and I think it's just a nice game, easy to learn. But
it looks boring.
Yeah, it's easy to learn, but it's hard to master. So
okay.
It's not boring at all, no.
No? Okay. And how does it work? Short?
Yeah, you have your stones, and you have to try to bring your stones into your house and then take them out as fast as possible. But on the way you can eat your opponent's stones and can make life for him difficult.
You eat?
In Germany we say you eat.
Okay, we eat. your ambition. So, what do you want to do? Like maybe next season?
In the future, yeah, for sure. I would like to end my career in Vienna, maybe, because for me, I also want to live in Vienna after my career.
Yeah.
I have to talk with my wife about that because she's from Stuttgart. It's still an ongoing debate.
She's the boss, you know. I'm sorry. We have
so
to
maybe
visit you
we
in
end
Stuttgart
up in
then.
Stuttgart,
Yeah.
But no, for now, just win as much as possible with Eindhoven, with PSV. That's also why I came here. And yeah, do as good as possible with the national team. The European Championship coming up, that's a big goal of us where we want to play.
Okay, thank you so much. So
Thanks.
Table Talk is at this table, of course. We're gonna let the fans just tell us why they want to win this. So I really want to ask you to put your autograph and maybe a small message for the fan. They can win it.
Yes.
And I'm waiting for the phrase in Dutch.
Maddy, dankjewel.